Alright, we're at, for sale Ulwa. If it isn't Gav, how went the meeting with the Sylphs? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder's seats here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You've done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Commander Ulua appears to have more to say. Okay. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minphilia. Hello, Gav. Can you hear me? It is I, Minphilia. Ida and Papalymo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tales of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of our tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Let's go to Vesper Bay. Ooh, we get more Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets with this too. Good. Ooh, we got something new from Nedrick. Nedrick has a tantalizing bit of information to share with an adventurer. Hail, adventurer. You wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Nedrick knows. He simply knows. Now tell me, are you perchance familiar with the sunken temple of Karn? I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins only surfaced when the calamity split the ground asunder, after all. Any road, it's a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for new frontiers to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not make the journey to southern Thanalan and visit the temple for yourself? What with the many dangers that lurk within, the immortal flames are keeping close watch over the place, but a Lalafel by the name of Bibimo should be able to offer you passage. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer. Welcome back, Gav. Lady Minphilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. Alphino continues. They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Elfino says, oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alize has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Elfino says, why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to ask. Minfilia says, it's good to see you again, Gav. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly you have done the Scions proud. And with that, we can strike Ramu from the list, says Papalimo. Ida says, so who's next, the Sahagin and Leviathan? Papalimo, the Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. Y'shtola says, for a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. Papalimo, it is as Y'shtola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Ida asks, any word on Titan? Y'shtola, the Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed, so then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal, who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. Minfilia says, so many mobs to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. Biggs. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Gav? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think... Eek! Tataru! Minfilia says, a Sylph? In Thanalan? Neuraxia says, at long last, this one finds walking one Gaff. This one is most dependable of these ones. Is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia, says Tataru. Oh, here's Thancred. Ah, Gav, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Bremont. One of the brothers. Wait a minute, I know you. The carriage in Gridania, right? It's me, Bremont. How in the hells did you end up here, lad? Ah, never mind. You can tell me later. I've got to ask you something first. This might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow who looks exactly like me? I'm looking for my twin brothers, see, and I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like we've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. So we had Brent, Bremont, and God, I can't remember the name of the third guy. They've all three been here now. Clive, greetings, Scion. I come on behalf of the students of Baldessian. You may address me as Clive. Is there any reason you are still here? Please, carry on. I'm not here to see you. Okay. Ishtola. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. Abatia. A masked man. I vaguely recall some Amalja ranting about something like that in the middle of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on account of the fact their friends were trying to kill me. I don't mean to waste your time, friend, but that's the only thing that comes to mind. Arenvald. I'm to meet with the antecedent soon to discover a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. I suppose it would be good if it was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. Look, Neuraxia, I realize that this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Uldai whereby... please, just trust me and stay out of sight. Neuraxia and I both wear a mask. We're going to get along famously, I just know it. Walking ones from Ulda have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, must walking ones make such screaming sounds when seeing this one's face? This one cannot get a wink of rest. Well, let's mend our armor. My goodness, we had a lot to repair. Harry Barrett. There are two types of Alamegans, fools who wish to fight back but know not how, and cowards who've chosen to run from their worries. The young man over there is a striking example of the former. Me? I'm the latter, or couldn't you tell? Una Tayun. I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the hassle to prove who he was. I mean, maybe some folk would say, good on you, mate, thanks for fighting to save Eorzea, and whatnot. But I reckon most would ask that what we've done for him lately, if not spit in our faces for allowing Bahamut to blow up half the goddamn world. Knowest thou the import of the broken staff within the solar? It fell from the grasp of Archon Louisois, the man who, in his abiding love for all Eorzeans, shielded us against the storm of the calamity. The stars wheel across the heavens, and the skies brighten once more. The survivors gather and ignite a fiery dawn to burn away the glowering shroud. Ah, but destiny, thou art beautiful. Well, that sounds like a better prophecy than some of the ones he's had. All right, Biggs, let's see what you got to say. If only Master Garland were still with us. He was a brilliant man, full of life and purpose, kind and generous. He taught us everything we know about engineering. Though, believe me, he could also be a very hard person to please. He would force us to completely rebuild devices if even a single flaw was discovered. I could only imagine what he'd say if he saw the tiny Bronco. Wedge, people in masks cannot be trusted, but Biggs and I wear masks all the time when welding. Well, good. You need to protect your eyes, man. Don't weld without your safety eyewear. Leovin, in recent days, I've resumed my training. Idle hands make for idle minds, and painful memories are all too quick to surface. Why is she using this fork inside on the floor? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. All right, we've talked to everybody in here. Enter the solar. I'll make sure I got my egg on. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Gav, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Back from the wood. Completed the MSQ back from the wood, okay. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious Lalafel. Who is that masked man? Minfilia, I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Gav. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian, known as Lalafel. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Gav. To think that the Ascians have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain view. We must needs uncover their dark designs, that we may take measures against them. I am relying on you, Gav. Oh, thanks. Wonder if they have anything new to say. Nope. Nothing new to say. Okay. Speak with Bibimu at the Sunken Temple of Karn. Okay. Where is that? Trying to think of what would be faster. Well, we'll deal with it in a bit. I'm sure we'll have to get there at some point. Gav, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. You look so depressed there. Just not his chipper self. Let's see what Tataru says. Good morrow, Gav. I trust your investigation is faring well. Well, I'd like to think so. Trauma queen. Alright. Let's go to Ulda. I like the music in here. It's really nice and martial and very appropriate for the flames. The masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Quikern. Fate can be a cruel mistress, but do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. It's our guild leader, our FC leader. I thought I had that one quest in the Fantasia quest. I'm gonna hold off on sending her off on another venture for the moment. Same with him. They're both level 3, okay. Saw some chat bubbles there. didn't get to see it fast enough. Medicine man. The medicine merchant leers at you, his smile unnaturally wide. Okay. Why, hello there, lad. Care to make some easy gill? You need only deliver a file of my wares to a customer. I'll make it worth your while. My option is, why ask me? Or, is this one of those swindles I'm supposed to report? Let's do that one. Heavens no, this is a perfectly legitimate job, and I would never lie to you. It simply isn't in my nature. Now that we understand each other, take this to the gladiator waiting on the steps of Nald. Once you receive his dues, bring him straight back here, and rest assured I will know if you're even a gill short. Alright. Where's he at? Alright, we'll go back to, the Aetheryte Plaza. If you get time, read the chat bubbles as you're going by, because some of them are just freaking hilarious. Here's our diminutive gladiator. This is taking forever. Maybe it really was too good to be true. Thank you, sir. I've been waiting for what felt like an age, but finally it is here, my miracle draft. Oh, do you not know what this is? This, my friend, is a file of the mysterious brew called Fantasia. Legend states that any who drink it before lying down for a nap awakens a new man or woman. My Colosseum debut is coming up and I'm incredibly nervous, so I thought this medication might bestow me with the self-confidence I lack. And a chiseled, muscly body besides. Can't wait to show off in my subligar. My God. You'll see in a moment. Take this to the medicine merchant with my compliments. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to make my dreams come true. Oh my gosh. Deliver the sack of coins to the merchant. Alright, I got to read one of the chat bubbles there. Read all about it. Good, you're back, and with my payment, I expect. There we go. Leather sack of coin. Not a one missing. Every last gill accounted for. I knew you'd be right for the job. Now for your payment. But what's this? A friend of yours? I can't say I recognized him. My client? You mean that little Lalafel and gladiator? Okay, our options are, well, yes, isn't that what your medicine does? Your potion just turned a Lalafel into Hyur. Or here, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Who's to say? I have no way of proving that man was indeed my client. But if it would sate your curiosity, I believe I can spare you a file for your own experimentation. Now, Now, my business here is done. We will meet again someday, though whether we recognize one another is less certain. Oh, God. That was funny. Alright, now we gotta speak with Hihibaru at the High Bridge. That is so cool. The detailing you put in here sometimes, just stunning. Welcome to High Bridge Adventure. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? Hihibaru wants to help you find Lalafel. Maybe. When the Order of Naldthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh-endless beastmen raids, folk are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Alright. He's an absent-minded merchant? On the trail of a masked man, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Quaikern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. I wonder if they're down here. It's kind of cool looking. I don't think I've been here before, actually. I really don't want to test if we can fall off there. I really do want to test it, but I really don't want to. If I had somebody who could res me, maybe I would, but... Nah. Ah, there's the other merchant over there. Okay. Multi-loquent merchant. Aye, I've heard tell of the Masked Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan, too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Quaikern raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Alright. Hihibaru has information that will surely lead you to La Habrea. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Quaikern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It'll be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Alright, use the smoldering coal. Alright. Ah, there we go. There's one of my buzzards. What are these things? Furballs. They are furballs. Definite. Definite. Pretty sure I don't want to do any of those. I'm in a spot now where I can easily aggro. Now, if you want to get up here, you have to come up on this side. Number 1, so you don't aggro the axe beaks over there. Number 2, because you can't jump up that side, I don't think. Or at least it's easier on this side. Right. Oh, smoldering coal. Corpse Brigade Foot Soldier. Present the Ward of the Destroyer to Hihibaru. Okay. It's a beautiful vistas. Just gorgeous. Back so soon, were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Ward of the Destroyer. This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralger, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralger is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Gallien rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last gil that your assailant was Alamegan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That selfsame merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Alamegan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hyur, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you might linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Another day, another 100 pilgrims not coming to Highbridge and parting with their coin as they should. But enough about my quandaries. Oh, have you chanced to meet my daughter at Little Alamigo? She's ever been a dreamer, my Hyur, and headstrong besides. I've long given up on having her a baby. It's enough to know that she's alive and well. Isn't that the truth sometimes? Alright, now we gotta get to southern Thanalan. Let's make our life easier and port down to Camp Drybone. And a queue for a random dungeon. Oops. Probably help if I went the right direction, huh? There's the Sunken Temple of Karn, but I'm gonna unlock Little Alamigo first. I think I'll go to Forgotten Springs too, just to make my life better. Ooh. These boys are on my hunt log there. Oh, I gotta kill 5 of these things. And one more over here, and that'll do it. Wonder if I have him on my Dragoon too. Oh, yep. I only have to kill 4 with the... Oh, these guys are on my hunt log too. Nice. They keep respawning. That worked out really well. Okay, everything Western Thanalan. Okay. We got everything done here that we need to get done for hunt logs. That's good. Kind of killed 2 birds with some... 5 birds with 1 stone. Alright. Kind of lucked out there. Can't go in there. Oh, there we go. What? Wow, I'm totally turned around here. And here's our merchant mender. Ooh, almost 35 for both of them. Nice. Very nice. Love meat. Here's Hyur. Hmm? Why, yes, Hihibaru's my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells. But one of the others here might have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? You struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Begone. Well, that was, to the point. Gizabert. You would like to aid in your manhunt. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gizabert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can. And you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, it might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar. But I have men on lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. All right. We're gonna do a tea party. Okay. Azric says, "Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone." Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Angry River. You there, are you an Amalja? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet dandelion. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. That's one way to put it. Yayozuku. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. And back to Gizabert. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Everything I've got is better than that, so go with that. Ooh, woad blue dye. That's nice dye. Gizabert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. And the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garlians. Gundabald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Alright, return to Vesper Bay in western Thanalan and consult Minfilia. Don't want to get into a big conversation while being this close to having a duty, so I think I'll do some crafting real quick while we wait for this thing to pop. So you need to make a maple wand, 3 toad legs. Alright, we only have a... Okay, we got a pop. Minticue is... Minticue as a Dragoon, but it doesn't matter. Oh, I was just gonna say tank stance. Alright, Galvant the Dominator. Here we go. Oh, nice. They gave me a comm. How sweet of them. Alright. Tatara. Good evening, Gav. I trust your investigation is faring well. Enter the solar. Ooh. I missed out on XP there. Welcome back, Gav. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is little wonder that the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their common man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades they have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Oh, would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Alright, I got all that stuff. Minfilia wants to introduce you to an Alamegan member of the Scions. Your Alamegan comrade is named Hyur. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Hyur is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. We keep our spare Scions in the storage closet. And we air them out on Saturdays. I wonder if Ystolda has anything new. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of this darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. If it isn't Gavtia, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I'd like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries the weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda. She's a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Alright. Speak with Albreda at Quarry Mill. Oh, we are level 35. Okay. My Dragoon is close. I could have returned to Gridania and done that, but... oh well. There's Albreda. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hells would I do that? Give me just one reason. Heribert send you? Oh, that worthless horse son. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean... ugh. I realize Heribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. What is our gear looking like? Alright, we're level 30. That's pretty decent. We don't have anything better. Mefred needs help tending a wounded brother. I am Mefred, proud man of the Alamigan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Gallien, sir. His wound's gone and festered and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, and they refused to lift a finger. If Gallien dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarry Mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. One of Mefred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all. But that'd mean going against the Elemental's will. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident Hyur. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the Elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes of the breast or men grown, are judged of a night, whether they may make a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. That's how it's to be then? The bloody Hyur might as well kill Gallien herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. Cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. My friend needs your help to save a wounded comrade. I led my men to Quarrymill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. Problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hells, Gallien can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. I don't know how we don't get in trouble with the elementals by going after these, critters, but, what can I say? And one last one over here. Ah, you're back. Tell me you got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar, there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscarone, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. Said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Fairmoon here. Godspeed. Off we go to Buscarone again. Our buddy. Okay, while I'm here... Now I don't have to worry about the Ked trap anymore, because I'm level 35. Jahanto wishes to teach you how to learn a new song. Ah, that glint of determination in your eyes is a testament to your newfound strength. You put me in mind of my salad days, Kev. You would know why I truly abandoned the battlefield and became a bard? That I took an arrow in the knee is what most folk believe. But it is quite clear you are not most folk. Very well, I shan't insult your intelligence with an untruth. It's a reference to another game where which one? Skyrim. Where a bunch of NPCs couldn't fight because they had taken an arrow to the knee. For now, allow me to answer by saying that everything in creation is given to change, and man most of all. I was drawn to the power of song, the power to touch the very souls of men, and decided that I must pursue it. Sadly, that power has been all but forgotten in this age of cynicism. Such songs as those performed by tavern bards serve no purpose beyond the amusement of drunkards. But that was not always the way of it. There was a time when song could shape the outcome of conflict. Since nations first quarreled, armies have fielded archers wherewith they rained death upon the enemy from afar. As the battle unfolded, however, the distinction between the lines of friend and foe would grow hazy. Yet the archer's part did not end there. He had to stay ever alert, with arrow nocked and eyes trained upon the struggle. Even as his comrades fell, turning the earth red with their blood, the archer could ill afford to avert his gaze. Yes, lest that moment cost another his life. One need not have a vivid imagination to appreciate the torrent of emotions that raged within him in that moment. Nerves near to fraying, his breast fit to burst, the archer did the only thing he could. He sang. His bow became a makeshift instrument, plucked as an accompaniment. At first, the archer sang only to still the roiling within, but his voice chanced to carry to his comrades, it inspirited those engaged in combat, lending strength to their sword arms, and to those who lay upon the precipice of death, it granted a measure of peace. Realizing the tactical potential of song, yet loath to set aside skilled archers for that purpose, armies began raising dedicated regiments of minstrels. But the members of such units were no warriors, Gav. Fair of voice and nimble of finger, these career minstrels could find a place in the hall of any lord. Yet they knew naught of the burden borne by those who charge into battle, whose lot it is to dance with death and sup on pain. And so their songs rang hollow, holding no power over the hearts of men. In eastern Lenosia, spirits are said to haunt the trees of Ringcatcher Gully. I would ask you to travel there and await the emergence of these specters. Through force of arms, you are to release the spirits from their tormented existence, and in so doing, ease their unfathomable suffering. With such a deed might you draw forth an ancient melody from the soul of the bard. And here we come over to Buscarone. Ah, Gav, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarry Mill? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a great deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Let's go back to Quarry Mill. It is well to see you return. Have you the medicine for our brother? Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Gallien receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It's been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Medford needs your help to find a missing comrade. Adventurer, Gallien has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albreda. Might be as the woman's seen something. Ah, finally. It's about time you came asking about Gallien. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me the sealed letter before he went off, made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it, would that I had known what he was thinking. I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Gallien bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Out in the wilds? Alone? That fool, that great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the woods for Gallien. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Alright, let's go find Gallien. I have a feeling he's over here in this direction where the orange circle is. Ah, there he is. Watch out, a goblin. Gallien! Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, goddammit, the oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamego's soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Gallien. I will see you back at Quarry Mill. Good thing we found him so quickly. Gallien's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Alright, got better than that, so silver piece it is. Ooh, we get a glamour prism. Yay! Nephrid wishes to repay your kindness. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything, and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo? That's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well. I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. Right. And cats and kittens, that is it for today, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you're enjoying the videos, feel free to give a like and subscribe. We'll be happy to post more regularly. And, cat joke. Okay, here's a bad one. What kind of cats teach college classes? Professors. And on that note, I'll say goodnight. Y'all have a good one.